Here we go.
Go to the top.
5 laps to go, and this is Bristol. Tony Stewart gets a good jump on the field.
Well, Mike, he knew he better get a good jump, because right now we get back to the line. We're only going to have 4 laps to go. There goes Harvick looking to the inside at the end of the backstretch on the 88 car. He'll take that position before we get off turn 4.
And Stewart in trouble. Hamlin goes by him.
On the outside, Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to fight Harvick. We got a slow car that's in the middle there. Dale Jarrett, he'll get out of the way. They'll be coming to 3 laps to go.
And it's a 3-horse race, but it's Hamlin out in front. Hamlin was quickest before the caution of these 3.
Now Harvick, he's going to look to the inside on Stewart going into turn 3 and 4. He's going to get that position away. 2 to go. 160,000 people, nobody sitting down. No caution. There's the caution now. There's the caution.
Field is frozen, and we will go to overdrive. These 160,000 plus fans will get everything they paid for and more.
I'd like to talk, but I'm glad I can't.
Now we're going to have to go back to the. They'll go back to the scoring loop.
I'm sorry, Billy.
As we said, this is Bristol.
Maybe.
You have that 100-lap stretch where not much happens, and then in the final 10 laps of this race, any and everything can happen. And look at this grandstand. Nobody has left. As from the DirecTV blimp, you'll see the contact.
And you can see Harvick's car just walked up the racetrack just ever so slightly. That's all it takes here in the corners at Bristol.
For the 3rd straight year, Tony Stewart leads the most laps at Bristol. Will not go to victory lane.
Now, Mike, I know we said it was a 3-horse race, but now all of a sudden Jeff Burton, who has 4 fresh tires, he's sitting up there on the rear bumper of Denny Hamlin in that 11. And you know, Darrell, one thing I think that caused that 29 to walk up that racetrack, he got those left side tires down on the apron, which is a different angle than the banking, and I think that caused him to walk up just a little bit.
Tony is slow getting in the corner. He backs off early. Harvick was trying to take advantage of that.
Right there, you saw how Jeff Burton got to 2nd place.
I've been watching Tony all day. He backs off real early. That opened the door for Harvick. And Harvick got on the apron, got into him.
Let's watch Jeff Burton's view.
Saw him clip the apron.
Stay down, stay down, stay down. Come on. Still there. Caution's out, caution's out.
And that move has put Jeff Burton into 2nd place.
That away, boss, that away.
Behind Denny Hamlin. It's not over, but it will be shortly.
Now, Stewart is still on the lead lap right now, and as we mentioned earlier, we have 15 cars on the lead lap. No one gets a free pass in the last 10 laps of the race.
If you'd like to get an exclusive look inside the world of Richard Childress Racing with Jeff Burton and the number 31 Chevrolet, thanks to AT&T, now you can. Using cellular video on your AT&T handset, you can access all of the inside RCR content. 501 laps go on the board. Here's how overdrive works. Green flag, then you'll see the white flag, and then you'll see the checkers or the wreckers.
And at Bristol, it very well could be the latter of the two.
Either or, even money.
You know, while we're looking at Jeff Burton here that's sitting in 2nd place, we need to mention that Clint Boyer got by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. out there on older tires. I know we've got 2 laps to go, but I've got to give a call right now to the 2 cars in the top 10. David Gilliland in the 38 car in 9th. And how about, we've talked about him, Eric Almirola in that Army car sitting there in 10th.
Great run for both those drivers. Now, on that last green flag run, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was giving up some spots. Krista?
Yeah, Mike, and we told you how there was a conflict between him and his crew chief deciding whether to pit or not. Dale Jr. knew his tires would probably not hold up. Just now he had come on the radio to talk to Tony Jr. and said he may have a right front flat tire. He hasn't mentioned it since.
And what happens when you have those hot tires, we've talked about the rubber laying on the racetrack, you'll pick up that rubber and it'll make you feel like you've got a flat tire till you get them cleaned off.
Yeah, it looks all right. I don't see it flat.
1 to go. You got to feel for Tony Stewart. Led the most laps, had a great run going here. Not going to win it. Kim Burton hoping that her husband Jeff will be the one who goes to victory lane. Remember last year, great second place finish for Burton behind Kyle Busch in the debut of the COT platform.
And I felt like last year, if anybody but Burton had been behind Busch,
Different
Busch
ending.
would have been in trouble.
Joe Gibbs trying for his second win in a row. He won with Kyle Busch last week. He's got Denny Hamlin up there. We get one try at green white checker. We go into overdrive, getting ready for the restart. Green flag, 2 to go.
Denny Hamlin got a great restart. He didn't spin the tires like I was a little concerned about. Burton works up the racetrack just a little bit. There he goes. Hamlin's in trouble.
Same thing happened to Burton, to Hamlin last year.
Settle in, get a good drive.
Carl
good
Edwards
drive.
limping
White
down
flag
the
this
front
time,
straightaway.
white flag.
And both the Childress cars will get by him too. Hamlin's got a problem there as well as Carl Edwards in the 99.
Bring it home, bring it home.
Levin's got a fuel pickup problem.
For the first time in 2008, a Chevrolet will go to victory lane. RCR 1, 2, 3. Burton, Harvick, Boyer.
Richard Childress Racing has never had a 1-2 finish.
1, 2, 3,
They
man.
just had a 1-2-3.
Unbelievable. And that's why they sell it out every time the Sprint Cup Series comes to Bristol.
Greg Biffle ended up 4th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. ended up 5th.
29 starts at Bristol for Jeff Burton. This is the first time he will drive to victory lane in a Sprint Cup car here. He's not won since Texas last spring.
Way to go, buddy.
34 races ago.
Great job, Jeff. Proud of all of you guys. Proud of you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys. All of you.
Car owner Richard Childress
Great job
congratulating
in the pits today, guys.
Team Chevy driver Jeff Burton on winning at Bristol Motor Speedway from Chevy, an American Revolution. That's what I love about this place. You just never know until the checkered flag falls.
Congratulations, Scott Miller.
Really be anxious about that 11 car because he shouldn't have been out of fuel unless he had a cable problem or a pickup problem like he had a year ago because they'd only run 120 laps on fuel.
It's having that car other times. Fuel pickup problem.
Kim Burton reacting to the pass for the lead. That will send her husband, Jeff Burton, to victory lane. You know, and I bet that Pinewood Derby car he's been building for Harrison for the last month or so, I bet that turned out pretty good too. From South Boston, Virginia, Jeff Burton leads a Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet sweep at Bristol.